have Stefan here, the composer of this incredible piece. And so, as we invite you to come into our little home here, the home of such powerful medicine at Rythmia, just take some time to drop in with us as we wait for a few other fellow journeyers to join us. And the way that I like to drop in and listen to Stefan's brilliance of music as medicine is to close my eyes and just to anchor, to ground, to feel, and to listen. I learned that this piece was composed for a dear friend of Stefan's for a birth of a child. And so the medicine of this beautiful song of heart is one of rebirth, one of innocence, one of angelic presence. And so this is what music does. It awakens our deepest hearts and connects us to our subject today, which is connecting to the field of plenty. In the Native American tradition, the field of plenty is the great wisdom of knowing deeply in the song of our hearts and the music of our soul that we have everything, that everything is here for us to be with, to move with, to connect with. And in this way of the field of plenty, Rythmia has created something that is so powerfully connecting us all. The Rythmia Our Love app. And so Stefan is the creative director of that and much more. And I'm going to soon just pass the energetic talking stick to Stefan, and he's going to share how you can step into the field of plenty of great love.
Yes, thank you, Parashakti.
Thank you.
A little bit more about Our Love. It is a spiritual dating app, and it's an act of service from the team here at Rythmia and Jerry's vision to help connect a lot of people who've been here or people who are on a path to find other people who are vibrating in the same frequency. And what we do is ask for your soul signature. So we go a little bit deeper than a lot of the other dating apps to really find out who you are and what your unique expression in the universe is. We try to match people based on that. So we ask things about your spiritual practices, any types of growth and transformation classes that you've been through, and use that to hopefully find your soulmate. And coming up soon is this new feature, Star Match, which you enter your time of birth and your day of birth and your city of birth, and we give you your birth chart, which is the planetary alignment and all the celestial influences when you were born and how they can shows you how they can affect your behavior. And then it'll also match you with people who are compatible with those different sun signs, moon signs, ascending signs, and things like that.
So powerful.
And it's for iOS and Android.
Amazing, amazing. So we're gonna get to hear more of music of medicine, great medicine that Stefan composes at the end of this very special guest that is about to come into our home here at Rythmia. She's been with us for this week, and I wanted to invite Casey to come. Thank you so much, Stefan. Yay! So here we are after really quite an experience that you've had and are still having.
Yeah.
And you know what really spoke to my heart about bringing you here today is that I got to interview your amazing husband that got his miracle.
Yeah.
Corbett.
Yeah.
And he just glowed speaking about you.
Aww.
And the fact now that you're here a month later really is the foundation of this relationship, because the two of you are holding each other accountable and responsible for your own healing, coming separately, and each experiencing your own divine miracle and then sharing that miracle when you go home.
Right.
So with all of that, let's hear how your experience has been.
Well, it's been incredible. I mean, really like better than, this whole thing is different than I could have ever imagined, harder than I could have ever imagined, and then more beautiful and more just, more gratitude than I've ever felt. So really beautiful.
Yeah. So feel into that gratitude, because I can see a little bit of tears.
Oh man, I know. I have been up all night. I'm like so open right now. I feel like I might cry like 6 times.
And that's so good, because what they say is what's coming is going, and when we allow ourselves to feel, that's when we can really show up in a new way. And so these feelings right now, speak to these feelings.
Oh yeah, it's I feel like I cry more with the good things than the bad things. I feel like the bad things I got, but the good things, just it's like overwhelming. Like it's so, I just have like so much gratitude. And this morning when we were all like being blessed, by the shamans, it was like, am I like the luckiest person in the whole world? Like this is just crazy. I mean, it was crazy, and it just made me cry up there. Like I was just so grateful. Yeah, really.
Wow. That's also so in alignment with our theme, the field of plenty, because when you're grateful, then you can really see the gifts that you have.
Oh yeah.
Right. And so you've stepped into this place of really acknowledging all that is in your life already.
Yeah.
And the bar is now raising when you go home.
Oh, yeah.
And so on that note of relationship, because here we are with our love, and we're, so excited about people finding their soulmates.
Yeah.
And you found your soulmate. You've been together for 20 years.
I know. 28. We've actually been together 28 years.
28.
But we've been married 20 years. I know.
Wow. And 3 beautiful children. Yeah. And so that in the 20 years you've had, obviously we're only human, ups and downs.
Oh, yeah. And
coming here, how do you feel like this strengthened your relationship with Corbett?
Well, like by 1,000,000%. I think that it's funny because, we've been dating since high school. I feel like sometimes people think that's like the easy way. Like I would have loved to find my soulmate in high school, but it's really hard. It's hard to grow because, you want to be your 17-year-old self forever. And the things usually that bring you together are probably the reasons you shouldn't be together when you're an adult. So, we have gone through many growth cycles and, don't always grow at the same rate, but, I feel so fortunate that he is just so willing. He's so willing. And I know. See, I'm gonna cry again. And, he's like, my favorite person. And, him coming home from this, it was like all of my favorite qualities, like amplified. And just, he's just like my favorite.
One of the things that you shared with me earlier that really touched my heart is that you said that by you understanding that you need to work on yourself and he needs to work on himself, that's how you can better, really relate to one another, by giving each other those spaces. Yeah. Right. And because we advise, if couples come together, we say, go and, go to the other side. Don't sit together all night in ceremony. And there's a reason for it.
Well, I'm so grateful that I didn't come with him, because I feel like you would want to take care of somebody that's struggling. It would take you out of your own stuff. And this is hard. It's such hard work. Yeah. And I feel like I couldn't have maybe gotten to the place if I was trying to, I wouldn't even be trying to take care of him. It just would be like somebody you love in pain. And, it just was, I'm just happy that it worked out the way that it did. Yeah. But in my experience with Corbett, I just feel like I have learned that usually the things that are, if I'm upset in our relationship, it's more to do with how I feel about myself and vice versa. So to be able to just work on myself and be happy with myself and grounded with myself, I'm just so much better able to show up in like a healthy way. And, when he's doing the same work, it's like, how lucky am I?
Beautiful. So Casey, what did you learn about yourself this week?
Oh gosh, I don't even think we would have time. But so many beautiful lessons, and they just came in ways that I didn't understand even at the time, but processing later,
Yes.
just everything that I needed, really.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for some married women out there, hopefully there are,
Yeah.
that have been married for a long time.
Yeah.
What is some wisdom and inspiration that you could share about you coming specifically to Rythmia to do this work on behalf of yourself and yet on behalf too of your family and the relationship?
Well, I mean, I think it just makes you better in every aspect of your life. And for me, like I think my reason for coming to Rythmia, other than all of the things that you just said, was that I feel like we're here on earth to just learn these lessons that we came here to learn. And it's my goal to like evolve. And I want to do that. I want to do that in my life with my partner, with my children. I want to teach them how to do it. So it's just been, it hopefully will help me do all of those things.
I'm hearing so much strength in
Oh,
you.
good.
And I want to acknowledge that, because when we spoke a few days ago about this invitation to come and
Yes.
speak, there was a little bit of
I was
fear,
like,
and I don't know if I'm ready. And I just want
Parashakti,
to,
I'm like, you might not want to ask somebody else, because I might be the 3% that doesn't get this. Because
and
it's
here you are
hard.
today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. My husband is the fact that he was here like the month earlier has been so crucial for me, because he's just been my total processor. And Wednesday morning, I called him and I was like, I'm actually like a little mad at you. Like, I didn't know how hard this was. And I can't believe you've been through this and you didn't really fully explain what I was getting myself into. And he just said the exact thing that I needed to hear, which was, we're so much alike. And I felt exactly how you felt, like you feel. And, just wait until Saturday, you won't feel that way. And at that point, I really couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Even later on Wednesday, I just felt so much better. But when I had talked to him that morning, I just was, kind of angry. But, I'm so glad that you asked me. And I would have just done it because anything I could do to give back, like I would never say I would just do it. But I'm glad I can be here and just be authentically so happy. And
So what are you most looking forward to your return and for your coupleship?
oh man, I mean, I think that I feel like all of my dreams would have kind of come true. Like, we were kind of in a bad place before he left. I think our last 4 or 5 years have been a series of very traumatic events that haven't had nothing to do with, just life happens to you. And, even one of those would have kind of taken us out, and we had sequence of several things happen. And, we just processed them differently. And, Corbett was really handling a lot of that in not a very positive way for him. He was hurting himself, and he was vicariously, our relationship was hurting and our family was hurting. And I was, dealing with it differently too. And so we were growing apart. And I said, I was like, we need to, it would just be the saddest thing in the whole wide world if this love wasn't enough, if it just wasn't enough. And, you have to take care of yourself, because I'm going here. And if you're going here, I can't meet you there. And, I think that he knew that I was serious. And so when I had an opportunity to share a podcast I had listened to with him about Rythmia, and, he literally booked his trip the next day. He was like, this is it. I'm going to do this, which goes to speak to how much bravery he has.
Right.
And, what he will do to for himself, but also for our relationship. It's just so awesome.
Wow.
Yeah.
So exciting. And even though you've been together for 20 years and know each other for 28, really what the medicine does is it's a sense of rebirth. So you get to bring that essence to him back, and he's already been through the program. And so you get to share on higher levels of heart and consciousness, this relationship of soulmates.
Well, and it's like falling in love all over again, kind of, it's like this different version of this person that I have all of these,
I love
ties
that.
to and, love for. And Yeah, I know. How lucky.
I know, right?
So
Did you
lucky.
hear that, Corbett? Are you there with us? I'm sure you
I'm
are.
sure he is.
Hi, Corbett. So, falling in love first with yourself and
Yeah.
then with your beloved husband is
know.
really so beautiful.
He's so funny because he was like, he was just teasing me. He's like, so have you fallen in love with anybody yet there? And I go, I have actually, me. So it was, yeah.
So beautiful. Thank you so much for sharing your
Oh, my
light.
pleasure. Thanks
for
for
sharing
asking
your
me.
heart, for having you the bravery to do something that you usually don't do,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that in itself, coming on live so much says a lot about you and how you're returning home with a beautiful healed heart and the miracle that you came here to get.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited for you both. She's a changed woman, everybody. I witnessed that. I really did, from our first conversation to now. So yeah. And you're wearing blue, and blue is all about communication. And so being able to just walk in your truth, may you return home with.
Oh, thank you so much.
Oh, so much love.
So much
Give you a
love.
hug.
Get over here.
All right.
right.
Thank
I'm
you.
sneaking
Thank
out this
you.
way.
Yeah, you can go. So I'm going to call back Stefan to our little abode here. And if you are just joining us now, Stefan is the creative director at Rythmia and also the creative director of Our Love. And along with that, he is a music man that composes music for our medicine journeys. And I get to experience this in ways that my heart just explodes with love. So let's hear some of that wonderful attunement to our higher souls. Thank you, Stefan. And we just witnessed and heard from Casey about how she fell in love with herself and now goes home and has an even more deeper experience of falling in love again and again with Corbett, her wonderful husband, who was here a month ago. And so thank you, Casey, for joining us. And listen, we're open. So come join us. Come journey with this incredible medicine of the soul. And really tune into our love. And sign up if you're single. There's some very unique features that Our Love has, very different from any of the other dating apps. And so we'll have Stefan when he's ready to share a little bit more, especially if you're just tuning in right now.
Sure, yeah. So Our Love is a spiritual dating app. And it was an act of service from the team here at Rythmia. And we want to connect people on a different, deeper level. And we ask for your soul signature, which is a series of questions to really get to know you and what your unique expression in the universe is. And then we match you with like-minded souls, people walking similar paths, people in similar vibrations. And it's for free. We're launching a new feature called Star Match, where you can access your birth chart to show you the planetary alignment influences when you were born and match you with people based on that as well. So it's just a really fun thing. Go check it out. It's for iOS and Android.
Can I just ask you about your music? As a composer of this incredible body of work that your soul has called forth, like what inspires you? How do you just create the piece? Tell me like from the spirit of love.
That's a good question. I don't get asked that a lot. One of my favorite composers is Philip Glass.
Mm-hmm.
So I listen to him a lot, as well as Nils Fromm, Oliver Arnolds, Johan Johansson, Joette Beving. I'm really into the kind of solo, more melancholy, emotionally driven piano stuff. I just gravitated towards it. So I'd actually I learned a lot of Philip Glass songs on YouTube and things like that, just to get it down. And from there, I kind of developed my own style. So it's very self-taught. It's a very personal, spiritual practice for me, the music. And I'll just sit in front of the piano for hours and play around. You know, they call it playing music, playing the piano. You're not working the piano. So I like to keep a playful heart when I come into it and just have fun.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have an extra thank you for Stefan because I get to journey on Wednesday nights with this incredible music, and my heart bursts open, and I just I have this huge smile on my face and I can't stop smiling when the piano starts to share its beauty, and there's no words can be spoken to what the energy of this music offers us. So come and journey with us at Rythmia, and see you very, very, very soon.